Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers for Friday, June 27th, reveal that Portia Robinson will make a suggestion to Curtis Ashford, but he'll insist now isn't a good time. It sounds like Portia will want to discuss their marriage and her issues with Jordan Ashford, but Curtis may argue they have more pressing matters to worry about. As for Jordan, she'll give Anna updates on her confrontation with Portia, who threw a drink in her face at the Metro Court pool. Between Jordan's complicated feelings and Portia's jealous outbursts, Jordan won't know if she can be around Curtis anymore. Over with Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, she'll look alarmed as she speaks with Natalia Ramirez about bad news and a crisis that's threatening to erupt. "You really think we can avoid a scandal like this?" Brooke Lynn asks Natalia in Friday's GH preview video. This may tie in with Sunny and the shady deception financial info, so Brooke Lynn may fear this could blow up and do some serious damage to the company. As for ADA Justin Turner, she'll have a confrontation with Sunny and make some ominous comments. Sunny will ask if he needs to call his lawyer, but he'll act nonchalant and stand up to Turner in the process. Over with Carly Spencer, she'll fret to Jason about the threat Jen Sidwell poses, especially with everyone gathering for Daisy's christening ceremony. However, Jason will promise that if anybody thinks about making a move, they'll be stopped. Carly will get reassurance that Jason will do whatever it takes to protect all their loved ones. At some point, Jason and Carly will do some reminiscing, so they may think back on some memories of when Michael Corinthos was a baby. Speaking of Michael, he'll be in a funk over Willow Tate on Friday's show, but Jocelyn Jacks will urge him to focus on Daisy's happy occasion. It looks like Joss will warn Michael not to let Willow darken a very special day, so Michael may decide she's right. At the Quartermaine mansion, Sasha Gilmore Corbin will admit to Cody Bell that something weird is going on around there. Since the milk was in the cabinet, Sasha chalked that up to a case of mommy brain. However, Sasha made some even stranger discoveries in Daisy's bedroom, since she'd been turned around in her crib and was wearing a different color onesie. It seems like someone is trying to gaslight Sasha, so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this mystery unravels. Back with Anna, she'll face a difficult grilling session. Will it be ADA Turner who's full of questions on Friday's episode? Brooke Lynn and Harrison Chase also have a discovery coming up, so we'll see what they find and whatever drama it'll inevitably lead to. General Hospital spoilers say Sunny will face a shocking curveball as the week ends down. So could this lead to an arrest or another attempt on his life? General Hospital recaps for Thursday, June 26th reveal Dante Falconeri gives Gio Palmieri an invite, and Sasha Corbin asks Felicia Scorpio to be godmother. Also, Marco Rios rejects Natalia Ramirez and Lulu Spencer gives Lucas Jones a warning. Dante gives Gio an invite at the swimming pool. Gio makes an effort to avoid Dante, but his birth father won't be stopped. Want more General Hospital news? Get updates on the latest General Hospital news straight to your inbox. Website your email. Subscribe. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. The police officer has secured tickets for the Philharmonic and inquires if he would like to come along with the family, Rocco Falconeri and Charlotte Cassadine. Remembering the moment he found out Dante was his birth father and Brooke Lynn Quartermaine his birth mother, he declines. He remembers when he lost it on stage and broke his violin, mentioning he'd played there last year. Gio responds that music isn't his interest right now, and Dante suggests that he can invite someone else if he prefers. Gio simply walks away. Read more. Find out what happened on the last episode of General Hospital Recap June 26th. Dante tries with Gio and baby Daisy in danger. Dante goes back to the Quartermaine mansion and admits something to Jason at the Quartermaines. Jason Morgan tells Rocco and Danny Morgan to stop teasing Brooke Lynn. They're frustrated about not being allowed to swim and joke around all day. After the teens and Jason leave, she picks up her envelope and sighs. As the boys continue to chat with Jason about how boring Gio is and how nobody tips, Dante joins them and suggests they go swim outside because they smell, then confesses to Jason that he misjudged him. He realizes that Jason has been trying to manage things with Danny. It's just not how he has dealt with Rocco. He understands he needs to be patient with Gio, which is challenging, and apologizes for being dismissive of Jason's parenting style. "No problem," Jason replies, assuring Dante that Gio will figure things out eventually, He just needs to be patient. Sasha asks Felicia to be Daisy's godmother upstairs. Sasha is putting Daisy Gilmore Corinthos to bed. She then goes to the kitchen to join Felicia and shares that Daisy is everything she has ever wished for. Felicia thinks Sasha is asking for help with the christening, and she expresses that Felicia has been a strong support, and it would mean a lot if she could be Daisy's godmother. Felicia feels honored and reminds her that they are family. Sasha confesses that she has never had a steady mother figure, but Felicia has been wonderful to her. Sasha wants the same for her daughter, then decides to prepare tea, and realizes her mom brain caused her to leave the milk in the cupboard. She mentions how supportive everyone has been with the baby. Robert Scorpio calls every day, while Holly Sutton does not call as often. Read this. General Hospital spoilers. Kathleen Gotti drops major hint about Kelly Thibault's return. Someone sneaks into Daisy's room again as Sasha and Felicia are talking. They continue to discuss the challenges Felicia faced with Maxie Jones, noting that it took quite a while for them to build a rapport. Sasha confesses that her mother has made contact. Then she reflects that she believes her mom did the best she could, considering her nature. Felicia shares that being a parent instills humility and prompts a reassessment of one's own parents. Meanwhile, upstairs, someone enters Daisy's room again and notices her fussing. It looks like they then leave the nursery. Upon Sasha's return, she finds the baby dressed in a different color and oriented the other way. How could this situation have occurred? Did Michael Corinthos change her onesie? General Hospital recap. June 26th. Dante tries with Gio and baby Daisy in danger. Lulu gives Lucas a warning. Back at the pool, Lucas encounters Lulu and quickly realizes she's not happy about his meeting with Marco. She inquires about his relationship with Jen Sidwell. He acknowledges their closeness but reassures her that he's not worried. He believes Marco and his father are entirely different individuals. Lulu worries there might be criminal connections between them. He speculates Marco and Sidwell are similar to Sonny Corinthos and Dante. He feels Marco has given him no reason to distrust him and explains that it's unfair to judge a child based on their parentage. Recommended General Hospital spoilers and updates reveal Kin Shriner's latest social media video is for the birds. Well, sort of. We're not referring to quality problems or subject matter. We're referring to it winding up as a tribute to the classic Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds, starring Tippi Hedren. The Birds debuted when Kin was a little boy in elementary school. But anyone who follows him on social media knows he's really into old movies. As a matter of fact, that movie has another tie to soap star Lean Conley. The Bold and the Beautiful's original Sally Spectra played a part in the movie. Want more General Hospital news? Get updates on the latest General Hospital news straight to your inbox. Website your email. Subscribe. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. Kin is fond of using a filter on his camera that makes the finished project look like an old black and white, out of focus and shaky movie. The Birds. Hitchcock was right to make movie. PIC at twitter.com/RH1E24G5. Kin Shriner. June 19, 2025. One could think that Kin's camera was being bombarded by the stars of this movie, much like what happened in it. Everyday people were attacked by a massive flock of birds, with horror resulting. This movie was the great-grandfather of Angry Birds. Kin paid homage to the classic Hitchcock thriller with the parking lot experience. Kin Shriner faced a problem in his parking lot that led him to compare his situation to a classic horror film, feeling as though he was experiencing it firsthand. Fans of General Hospital have been puzzled about the whereabouts of Scotty Baldwin. They were not pleased when Kin Shriner suggested that the opportunity for his return was no longer available. However, regardless of his role on the show, the actor continues to delight his audience. Recently, he transformed a complaint into comedic brilliance, cleverly paying tribute to old Hollywood on social media, leaving his followers in stitches. Kin against the Birds. On X, which was previously known as Twitter, Shriner remarked, "The Birds. Hitchcock was correct to create the film." His thoughts were demonstrated in a video he posted. The actor applied his preferred filter to the clip, giving it the appearance of an old, faded film. He moved the camera across his car and remarked, "I'm like Rod Taylor. The Birds. It's an everyday occurrence." He reiterated that Hitchcock was right to produce the film. He went on to express his frustration, saying, "This parking spot. These birds just cover my car." In his signature growly tone, he declared, "I'll defeat them." Rod Taylor defeated them. Where's Tippi Hedren? Don't mess with the birds will mess back. The classic Hollywood icons Rod Taylor and Tippi Hedren featured in Alfred Hitchcock's brilliantly terrifying 1963 masterpiece, The Birds, where individuals are mercilessly attacked by a flock of birds. While one fan humorously remarked, "Death birds," another suggested, "Perhaps consider a car cover. I understand why you visit the car wash daily. Bird droppings can ruin your paint job." Schreiner replied to the fan saying, "Indeed, my car wash visits have increased fourfold." Another follower of Schreiner expressed how much the film impacted them, stating, "I've despised birds ever since I watched that movie." One fan cautioned, "Be careful. The birds will peck your eyes out," while another him saying, "Rod Taylor didn't defeat them. He had to escape his home. Don't mess with birds." Be sure to catch up on everything happening with GH right now. Come back here often for General Hospital spoilers, news and updates. Rec. June Lockhart of Lost in Space and Lassie fame joined the cast of General Hospital in 1984 as Mariah Ramirez, grandmother of Felicia Cummings, played by Christina Wagner. Now Wagner is paying tribute to her TV grandma on the occasion of her 100th birthday. Centennial celebration. June Lockhart of General Hospital. Happy 100th birthday, June Lockhart. Amazing from the moment I met her 40 years ago. Wagner wrote on X, reposting a tweet from Casey Guy, who shared an image of Wagner and Lockhart from General Hospital in 1984. The beloved actress spent the day with her daughter and granddaughter. Her daughter made her a cheesecake, her favorite. In an interview with Eileen Prose, host of Good Day, on WCVB-TV in Boston, Lockhart was asked about coming onto daytime drama at a time when it was en vogue for film and primetime stars to do a soap opera. "I sought it out, as a matter of fact." Lockhart told Prose about how she came to be cast on General Hospital. "I wanted to do a soap opera for a long time. I have never done one. I thought it was something I ought to get into. Of course, if you're going to do one, why not do the best? GH is the best." Of the late Gloria Monty, who was producing GH when Mariah came onto the show, Lockhart raved, "What a great woman." She adds, "The part came up. I read for it. Then they hired me. There was no question as to whether or not I'd do it." Lassie to Lost in Space to General Hospital. Lockhart had a firm grasp of Mariah's backstory. She noted it was based partially on Maximilian I of Mexico. "Dig this." Lockhart enthused. "I am a princess. I am the heir of Maximilian, the ruler of Mexico. I am a princess descended from that, and so is my granddaughter Felicia, played by Christina Melandro." Veteran GH fans know that Maxie's full name is Mariah Maximiliana Jones. She was named after both Mariah and her great-grandfather Maximilian. Lockhart was born on June 25, 1925, in New York City, New York. Her parents were Jean Lockhart, a Canadian-American actor, and Kathleen Arthur Lockhart, who was born in England. Lockhart attended the Westlake School for Girls in Beverly Hills, California. She made her film, A Christmas Carol, in 1938. After appearing in the film Lassie, Lockhart worked with the collie again in the TV series of the same name. Next came her role as matriarch June Robinson in Lost in Space. After the passing of B. Bernadette, Lockhart was cast as Dr. Janet Craig for the final 2 seasons of the sitcom Petticoat Junction. Lockhart added nighttime soaps to her resume courtesy of her role as Dr. Sylvia Haywood on The Colbys in 1986. The mood in Port Charles has shifted from dramatic to downright ominous as residents face unsettling twists, emotional breakdowns, and chilling revelations. From Sasha's terrifying hallucinations to Jocelyn and Trina's intense girl talk session, the tension is palpable, and no one is safe from the growing storm. Bad times. A city on the brink. Port Charles feels like a pressure cooker ready to explode. The recent wave of violence, betrayals, and psychological torment has left everyone reeling. Jason's relentless pursuit. His hunt for Danny's stalker has taken a dark turn, uncovering disturbing connections to his own past. The deeper he digs, the more he realizes this enemy knows everything. His routines, his weaknesses, even his childhood secrets. Sonny's empire under fire, with Pikeman's attacks growing bolder and Dex's loyalty in question. Sonny is backed into a corner. The mob war isn't just about territory anymore. It's about survival. Sasha's mental freefall. Her hallucinations are getting worse, blurring the line between reality and nightmare. Is someone really gaslighting her? Or is her mind finally breaking for good? The city's nerves are frayed, and with good reason. Something big is coming, and no one is prepared for the fallout. Scary weirdness, unexplained phenomena and chilling encounters. The supernatural seems to be creeping into Port Charles, leaving residents questioning what's real and what's a trick of the mind. Ghostly apparitions. Sasha isn't the only one seeing things. Others report shadowy figures in the hospital halls, whispers with no source, and objects moving on their own. Is it mass hysteria, or is something more sinister at play? The mystery of the missing time. Several characters, including Jocelyn, have experienced blackout periods they can't explain. When Joss wakes up in an unfamiliar part of town with no memory of how she got there, even Cameron starts to worry. Cryptic messages, unexplained notes keep appearing. In lockers, under doors, even on phones. The words are always the same. You're not who you think you are. Is this a psychological experiment gone wrong? A long-buried secret resurfacing? Or something even darker? Girl talk. Jocelyn and Trina's raw heart-to-heart. Amid the chaos, Jocelyn and Trina steal a rare quiet moment at Kelly's, but their conversation is anything but light. Joss's confession. Still reeling from her breakup with Dex, she admits she's been having nightmares. Visions of him covered in blood, whispering warnings she can't understand. Trina's secret fear. She opens up about her own eerie experiences. Feeling watched, hearing footsteps when no one's there. She thought it was stress, but now she's not so sure. The unspoken tension. Both girls dance around the real issue. Spencer's ominous warning before he left town. Bad things are coming, he'd said. Was he just being dramatic, or did he know something they don't? Their friendship has always been their safe haven, but as the conversation turns darker, they realize they might not be able to protect each other from what's coming. What's next? A shocking return. Someone from Port Charles's past resurfaces, but they're not the same person they once were. The truth behind the visions. Are Sasha's hallucinations real memories trying to break through? A deadly ultimatum. Sonny gets a message. Step down or lose everything. But who's bold enough to challenge him now? The mysterious benefactor. Brooklyn's blackmailer finally makes their move, and the price for silence is higher than anyone expected. Final thoughts. Port Charles is no stranger to drama, but this isn't just another soap opera twist. It's a descent into psychological terror, hidden agendas, and battles for survival. The question isn't if the next explosion will happen, it's who will be left standing when it does. Bad times, scary weirdness, and girl talk. Port Charles's latest drama unfolds. Port Charles is no stranger to chaos, but lately, the town has been hit with an unsettling mix of personal crises, eerie occurrences, and raw emotional confrontations. From heartbreaking struggles to spine-chilling mysteries and unfiltered girl talk, the drama is reaching new heights. Bad times, heartbreak, and desperation. Life in Port Charles has taken a dark turn for several residents, each grappling with their own version of rock bottom. Carly Corinthos, always a fighter, finds herself in one of her lowest moments yet. After losing the Metro Court and watching her relationships fracture, she's drowning in regret and anger. Her usual fiery resilience is dimmed, replaced by a simmering desperation that could push her toward reckless decisions. Will she claw her way back? Or is this the beginning of a self-destructive spiral? Meanwhile, Drew Kane is struggling to adjust to life after his imprisonment. The world moved on without him, and now he's left picking up the pieces of a life that no longer fits. His attempts to reconnect with Scout and find purpose feel futile, especially with new enemies like Vaughn circling like vultures. Drew's always been a survivor, but even the strongest men have their breaking point. And then there's Nina Reeves, whose obsession with winning against Carly has blinded her to the damage she's causing, especially to her own happiness. Her marriage to Sonny is strained, her relationship with Willow remains fractured, and her vindictive streak is pushing everyone away. When will she realize that her vendetta is only leaving her more isolated? Scary weirdness, unexplained threats, and sinister forces. While personal dramas unfold, something far more unsettling is creeping into Port Charles. At General Hospital, staff members report strange occurrences, malfunctioning equipment, eerie whispers in empty hallways, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. Elizabeth Weber has been particularly unnerved, especially after seeing fleeting shadows where there shouldn't be any. Is this just stress? Or is something or someone lurking in the hospital's darkest corners? Then there's the mystery surrounding Ava Jerome. Ever since her return from the dead again, she's been acting off. Her usual sharp wit is tinged with something darker, and even Nicholas Cassadine has noticed her erratic behavior. Is Ava hiding something? Or could she be under someone else's control? Given Port Charles's history with brainwashing and secret villains, nothing is off the table. And let's not forget Vaughn's increasingly sinister presence. His manipulations are growing bolder, and his true motives remain shrouded in secrecy. The way he's targeting Drew suggests a personal vendetta, but why? Is he working alone? Or is he part of something much bigger, something that could put the entire town at risk? Girl talk. Raw confessions and shifting alliances. Amidst the chaos, Port Charles's women are coming together in unexpected ways, forging new bonds and confronting hard truths. Maxie Jones and Brooklyn Quartermain, once rivals, have found common ground in their shared struggles. Maxie as a single mother and Brooklyn as she fights for her place in the Quartermain empire. Their banter still has bite, but there's a newfound respect between them. Could this be the start of a powerful friendship? Or will old grudges resurface? Meanwhile, Elizabeth and Portia Robinson have been leaning on each other more than ever. Both have faced betrayal, loss, and professional challenges, and their late-night coffee talks have become a safe space for brutal honesty. But with Portia's marriage to Curtis on shaky ground and Elizabeth's lingering trauma, will their support be enough to keep them from crumbling under the pressure? And then there's Willow and Sasha Gilmore, whose friendship has deepened through their shared battles with mental health. Sasha, still recovering from her breakdown, sees Willow as a lifeline. But with Willow's own struggles, how long can she be the strong one? Their conversations are raw and real, a rare glimpse into the unglamorous side of life in Port Charles. What's next? With so much turmoil brewing, Port Charles feels like a powder keg ready to explode. Will Carly find redemption or self-destruction? Is Vaughn just a con man? Or is he connected to something far more dangerous? What's really happening in the shadows of General Hospital? And which friendships will survive the coming storm? The once familiar streets of Port Charles have transformed into a labyrinth of paranoia and dread, as residents find themselves trapped in a waking nightmare. The air itself seems charged with electricity, as if the city is holding its breath before an inevitable catastrophe. This isn't just another crisis. It's the beginning of an existential threat that will test everyone's sanity and survival instincts. The psychological war zone. Sasha Gilmore's fragile psyche has become ground zero for whatever sinister force is plaguing Port Charles. Her terrifying experiences have escalated to horrifying new levels. Waking up in the hospital morgue, lying on a slab with Liam's name etched into the metal. Discovering her apartment walls covered in strange symbols, written in what appears to be blood. Hearing Brando's voice whispering warnings through static-filled radio frequencies. The most disturbing development? Other patients at General Hospital are now reporting identical hallucinations, suggesting this may be more than just one woman's breakdown. Dr. Austin Gatlin-Holt's concerned expression when reviewing their brain scans hints at something medically unprecedented. Jason Morgan, losing control of the battlefield. The legendary enforcer faces an enemy that defies all his training and experience. Security systems he personally designed are being hacked in real time. His safe houses are compromised before he even uses them. Cryptic messages appear in places only Jason would know to look. The breaking point comes when he discovers surveillance footage of himself as a child, footage that shouldn't exist. The camera angle suggests it was shot from inside the Morgan home, but Jason has no memory of ever being filmed. The revelation shakes him to his core. Someone's been planning this for decades. The underground power struggle. While Sonny Corinthos battles visible threats like Pikeman and Selena Wu, a more dangerous enemy moves in the shadows. Key lieutenants are disappearing without explanation. Money is vanishing from supposedly untouchable accounts. Whispers circulate about a new management taking over. The most chilling moment comes when Sonny receives a package containing his father's old watch, stopped at exactly 2:37, the time of Mike's death. The attached note reads simply, "Time's up, Michael." The unexpected friendship that might save them all. In the midst of the growing darkness, an unlikely alliance forms between Jocelyn Jacks, whose tech skills uncover disturbing patterns in the strange occurrences. Trina Robinson, whose art begins eerily predicting future events. Spencer Cassadine, communicating through coded messages from abroad. Their late-night research sessions at the Metro Court reveal a terrifying possibility. Someone is conducting a massive, coordinated psychological experiment on the entire town. But to what end? The ticking clock. As the situation deteriorates, General Hospital reports an alarming spike in psychiatric emergencies. The police department's computers crash, erasing crucial case files. Unexplained power outages plunge entire neighborhoods into darkness. The final moments of the episode leave viewers with 4 haunting images. Sasha standing before a mirror that doesn't reflect her movements. Jason staring at a childhood photo where another face has been subtly added. Sunny's penthouse elevator opening to reveal nothing but darkness. A single chess piece the White Queen left on Diane's desk. Coming attractions that will change everything. A character presumed dead returns, but not in any form we'd recognize. The true mastermind finally speaks, through the mouth of an unexpected host. A shocking medical revelation proves no one in Port Charles is who they think they are. The ultimate betrayal comes from the last person anyone would suspect. Port Charles has survived mob wars, serial killers, and natural disasters. But this new threat doesn't want to destroy the city. It wants to remake it in its own twisted image. And by the time anyone understands what's happening, it may already be too late to stop it. Dark days, sinister whispers, and unfiltered truths. Port Charles on the brink. The air in Port Charles crackles with tension as the town plunges into its darkest chapter yet. Personal demons, unexplained phenomena, and raw emotional confrontations collide in a perfect storm of drama that threatens to consume everyone in its path. Dark days, when rock bottom has a basement. Port Charles's residents are learning the hard way that things can always get worse. Carly Corinthos paces the empty penthouse like a caged animal. The Metro Court is gone, her family is fractured, and her infamous Corinthos temper has turned inward, morphing into something far more dangerous: quiet, calculating despair. That glint in her eye isn't fire anymore. It's the cold shine of someone with nothing left to lose. The real question isn't if she'll explode, but who will get caught in the blast radius. Across town, Drew Kane stares at his reflection in a motel bathroom mirror, barely recognizing the hollow-eyed stranger looking back. Prison changed him in ways he can't articulate, and the freedom he fought for feels like another kind of sentence. Every interaction with Scout twists the knife deeper. She calls him daddy, but looks at him like he's a ghost. And now with Vaughn's predatory gaze fixed on him, Drew's starting to wonder if some men aren't meant to be saved. Then there's Nina Reeves, the architect of her own misery. Her victory over Carly tastes like ashes, her marriage to Sunny is a gilded cage, and the daughter she desperately wants to know looks through her like she's invisible. The angrier she gets, the more people pull away. But Nina's never been good at recognizing when to stop digging. Sinister whispers. When the walls start talking. Something unnatural is stirring in Port Charles, and it's not just the usual criminal underworld scheming. The night shift at General Hospital has become a test of nerves. Code alarms blare when no one pressed the buttons. Elevators open to empty shafts. Elizabeth Weber swears she's seen figures standing at the end of darkened hallways. Figures that vanish when she blinks. The staff writes it off as stress, but Liz knows better. She's seen this before. The way the air gets heavy right before something terrible happens. Ava Jerome's reflection hasn't been matching her movements lately. It's subtle. A smile that lingers a second too long in the mirror. A shadow that moves independently. Even Nicholas, usually so dismissive of her dramatics, has started sleeping with the lights on. Ava's always been comfortable with darkness, but this feels like the darkness is becoming comfortable with her. And then there's Vaughn, the human-shaped void sucking the light out of every room he enters. His game with Drew is escalating from financial manipulation to something far more personal. The way he always seems to be where Drew is, the way he mentions Scout School schedule a little too casually. This isn't business anymore. It's hunting season. Unfiltered truths. The conversations that change everything. In a town built on lies, sometimes the most dangerous thing is honesty. Maxie Jones and Brooklyn Quartermain sit on the floor of an empty studio, passing a bottle of cheap wine between them. Their usual barbed banter has given way to something startlingly real: admissions of failure, of fear, of wondering if they're messing up their kids the same way their parents messed them up. It's the kind of vulnerability that either forges unbreakable bonds or gives you ammunition to destroy each other later. Down at the Metro Court Bar, what's left of it, Elizabeth and Portia have turned just one drink into an impromptu therapy session. Portia's voice shakes as she admits she's not sure she loves Curtis anymore, while Liz stares into her glass and whispers about how sometimes she still feels Franco's hand on her shoulder. These are the kinds of confessions that can't be taken back, the kind that change relationships forever. Meanwhile, Willow and Sasha have turned their weekly coffee dates into a survival pact. They've developed a shorthand, a raised eyebrow when someone's lying about being fine, a squeeze of the hand when the world feels like too much. But with Sasha's mental health still fragile and Willow's marriage under strain, their lifeline friendship might soon be tested beyond its limits. The gathering storm. Port Charles has always been a town where secrets fester and grudges fester, but this feels different. The pieces are all moving into position for something catastrophic. Carly's brewing meltdown could take down half the town with her. Whatever's haunting the hospital is getting bolder by the day. Vaughn's endgame is coming into focus, and Drew's not ready for what's coming. Those raw midnight confessions between friends? They never stay between friends. The clouds are gathering over Port Charles. When the storm breaks, some relationships will wash away completely, and the ones that remain will never be the same. One thing's certain. After this, the town will need more than a few strong drinks to recover. It's going to need a miracle.